Clark? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. I just got home with some groceries.
Oh, what did you bring?
Well, I got the recipe for Darth Maul dip.
What?
I picked up this Star Wars cookbook at the thrift store.
Star Wars? What are you, some kind of
Well, no. I just thought it would be. It looked like it was fun to have like a party, and it has all these weird recipes. And this one is a Darth Maul salsa presentation, and I bought all this stuff for that.
Okay, you can... That's fine, you can do that. I think I'm just gonna have some leftovers, if that's okay.
Well, that's fine, but if you do, just try to get it cleaned up here in the next, let's see, 35 minutes, because we're having a guest.
Oh, honey, what? A guest?
Yeah, I met this very fascinating creature at the thrift store, and, we had a long conversation.
What kind of creature are you talking about?
Well, it was like I don't even know what you call it.
Are you speaking to other women?
No, it wasn't a woman, but it was just this young man who was very well spoken, who was looking at all of the old plays, and I thought that was interesting that so he asked me if I had ever read any of William Shakespeare's plays, and I hadn't even heard of him till today, so.
You haven't heard of William Shakespeare?
No, first time I ever heard of him today.
Where did you go to school?
Oh, well, I dropped out in like 5th grade. I didn't get much schooling.
Oh, that's okay, Clark. I mean, don't even worry about it. My ex-husband, I don't even think he went to school a day in his life.
And he was able to be the manager and, put together this nice house for you.
Oh, yes, it's a damn good house, and I especially appreciate the jacuzzi, especially in my old age.
Oh, yes, it feels very good on the joints, I'm sure, to get those bubbles going and the hot air.
Okay, well, if this young man is coming over, well, I'm going to have to put on my makeup, and I'm going to have to find my perfume, and we're going to have to get the house looking good. I mean, the house is a wreck.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to clean up after Cletus, your dog. He's been shitting all over the floor, I see.
Yeah, well, that's Cletus for you, I mean.
He just has such big turds. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if he were a smaller dog, but...
Some of those are mine.
What do you mean?
Some of the turds they're not all Cletus. I mean, we can't really blame him for everything. I mean, sometimes when you get to be my age and you have as much anal sex as we've been having, I mean, they just slip out of you.
I understand that sometimes you have accidents, but why wouldn't you clean them up?
I mean...
I'm not judging you, it's just now that we have a guest coming over, we have to clean up all the shit.
I don't know why you're guilting me for this. I mean, my sciatic nerve acts up. And it's hard to bend over. I thought having a nice young buck around the house, like I could feel a little less self-conscious about my turds slipping out.
Well, you certainly can. You just need to communicate more with me.
I need to communicate more with you.
Well, what about if I move in here full time instead of just staying every couple days? What if I move in?
Well, what would people even think about me? Like, I never thought I could live after Jay.
Well, I know that it will be hard and maybe people will judge you, but I think life is too short not to enjoy it and spend it with those you love. And if you need help cleaning up all the shit that's falling out of you, then I need to be here to clean it up.
Well, Clark, I think that would be wonderful. I think you'd be a great addition to the home.
I would love to. You go get ready. I'll get dinner started I'll heat up your leftovers and get the Darth Maul salsa prepared.
Okay, yeah, you prepare your Darth Maul salsa. I'll go get ready.
Alright, let's see. Alright, yeah, I think that looks like Darth Maul. Oh, watch out! Watch out! I'm not Prince. Hello? Oh, hello. Hang on. I think that's my friend. Oh, hey! How are you doing?
How you doing, Clark?
How you doing, Tristan?
Beautiful place you got here. I mean, damn. I didn't think a guy like you, in the kind of shit you are, could live in a place like this. I mean, good lord.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Tristan, sugar mama.
You got a sugar mama.
Yeah, she
My
got
man.
husband. Yeah, give me some skin on that one. Love you, brother.
Listen, you got a place I can put my coat?
Oh yeah, here, let me take it. I'll hang it up right here in
Thank
the
you,
closet.
much appreciated, much appreciated.
So, did you get any good books at the thrift store? I didn't.
No, I couldn't find a damn thing. Place is empty. I can't even read anyway. I don't even know I was looking at the books.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you don't have to read to be in the play, right? Or do you?
I mean, you kind of gotta know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Well, maybe like I could read the play to you. You memorize what I say to you, and then you could do it that way.
I mean, it could work, but I mean, don't you kind of feel like my performance would always be based on your performance?
Yeah,
I ain't just getting the words, I'm just getting like kind of what you're doing for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, that's something you would have to work on with the director, I guess. I mean,
I mean, it could work. Anything could work.
I'm sorry what is it with, why don't you know how to read? Did your mom not teach you or something?
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean, why don't I know how to read? You think a guy like me would learn how to read? You think anybody would teach me how to read?
Well, I don't see why not. You seem like a nice enough young man.
The fuck are you talking about? You're the only real person who's actually talked to me.
Well, I mean, I find that hard to believe. You're so striking. You have such big ears, and your skin tone is so green and effervescent. I don't see how anybody could not talk to you.
Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me right now?
No, I think you're a nice guy, Tristan, and
I think you're a nice guy too. I appreciate it, but like, I don't know why you don't know why nobody else likes me.
I don't know, man, but hey, make yourself at home. My sugar mama will be down here in a little bit. You ever seen Star Wars?
Oh yeah, of course I've seen Star Wars. I love it.
Be careful in the kitchen. There's a surprise guest.
Oh my god, is that Darth Maul?
It's a Darth Maul salsa.
Darth Maul, oh my god, the Phantom Menace, my fucking favorite.
So
oh my
underrated.
god, Clark, I can't believe it. Did you make this just for our dinner?
I did. I found the cookbook at the thrift store where we met.
You're an amazing host. Amazing
you.
host. I can't appreciate it. Listen, I see that lazy boy recliner over there. Can I pop a squat on it?
Of course, make yourself at home.
All right,
Tristan.
thank you. I didn't know if it was like your chair, something like only you sitting in it.
Well, I mean, it was my, if you want to say, it's the man of the house, the old dead husband's. But I sit in it now and fart in it.
Speaking of the old dead husband, where's the old lady at?
She's upset. Hey, baby, Beverly, Tristan's here.
I'll be right down.
Okay, she'll be right down.
She's
Now, she's
looking.
93 or so don't.
She's 93.
Yeah, say something nice about how pretty she is. Don't say anything about the wrinkles.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear her ankles cracking. She's coming down the stairs.
Clark,
Yeah?
what did you say your friend's name was?
Oh, his name's Tristan.
I'll be right down, Tristan. Just let me get my hover round. Let me get... Fuck, it's all the way down at the bottom.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Clark, where's Tristan at?
Oh, he's popping a squat in the lazy
Hey, how
boy.
you doing? Nice to meet you.
Oh my God!
What's wrong?
What the fuck is that thing doing? Get it out!
What are you? What? Where is
Why
it? Is
did
there
you
a
let
bug?
that thing in my house?
What? Is there a
Oh,
bug?
here we go again. Here we
What's
go
wrong?
again.
Clark! What? Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Oh my God! What's wrong, Tristan? Do you know CPR?
Get that thing! Are you talking to it? Are you
man.
I'm just gonna get my coat and leave. Listen, Clark, I appreciate it.
Tristan, what? Tristan, hey, wait. Come here, you got any baby aspirin? My wife's having a heart attack.
Clark, I'm not seriously having a heart attack. Please let me know why there's a sex gremlin in my home in my dead husband's lazy boy.
Hey, what is it?
Listen, he told me it was okay to sit in. I don't mean any trouble. I'm gonna get out of here all here. If you guys is here, I don't want any trouble.
Hang on.
Please.
What's the deal with Tristan? You don't even know him. He's a nice guy. Why are you kicking him out?
Well, first of all, I've never seen anybody talk to one of these things, so I'm, frankly surprised to hear him speak.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good conversation with him today at the thrift store. I told you all about it.
Can you speak, Tristan?
Yeah, I can speak. Yeah.
He's been talking to you this whole time.
I'm talking to you this whole time. I'm just kind of. I know I'm a sex gremlin, but I mean, fuck, lady. It's not like I'm looking at you and saying you're an old. I mean, you're a very beautiful lady, but I mean, this be the equivalent of me coming up to you and say, looking at that old pile of skin.
No. Don't say.
Oh. You noticed my extra skin. That was from the gastric bypass I had in 1984.
You fucked up, Tristan. So, God, it's all downhill from here. You really had a shot, but...
Listen, the first time I went in for a consultation for a gastric bypass, the doctor told me I was too heavy to have the surgery. I said, Doctor, how am I too heavy to have a gastric bypass? Isn't that what's supposed to make me not heavy? He said, no, you have to lose 40 pounds before we'll put this, before we'll shrink your stomach.
It's a very sore subject for her.
And the procedure didn't go as planned. He sort of almost completely eliminated my stomach so that anything that goes in comes out. And I'm now a frail bag of bones with all this extra skin.
And then this is why I said you shouldn't mention the wrinkles.
I didn't mean to bring up all this. Listen, Beverly, you're a wonderful woman. You got a wonderful house here, and I think we could all get along. I mean, I think if we just sat here and kind of got to know each other, us sex gremlins were not that bad.
What is a sex gremlin? I'm sorry if I just.
What do you thought? You don't know? What are you talking about? I'm a sex gremlin.
This first time I've heard of them. Maybe I lived a sheltered life.
You've been living under a rock?
I guess, is that...
I think, Clark, don't feel bad. I mean, I think the government has gone really out of their way to convince us that they don't exist. They're sort of a subprime species.
Oh.
Yeah. Everybody thinks of us as some sort of subprime species, but I mean, look at me. I'm never gonna be anything. That's why I'm sitting here telling I would never learn how to read. I could never learn how to do anything. Everybody thinks that I'm just some fucking idiot. I know I'm smarter than half the fucking people out here, all the humans.
He wants to be in Romeo and Juliet.
I do want to be in Romeo and Juliet. I want to be an actor.
He can't read the script, though. I thought maybe I could repeat it to him, but...
Oh, Romeo and Juliet is such a lovely, lovely play. Tristan.
You know it?
Do I?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it.
You've never... Yeah, of course. Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo?
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That was beautiful. Did you just come up with that?
Oh my God.
That's William Shakespeare's words, not mine, but I'm glad you enjoyed the performance. Listen, can you get me off this hover round so that we can all sit down and, not yell at each other?
Yeah, come on, let's go to the table.
Oh.
You want any of this dip? Are you sure you don't want to try it?
Star Wars is for I've said it once, I'll say it again.
Well, but it's just salsa.
I just don't want some red man being in my salsa.
Well, okay.
Darth Maul isn't some red man. Listen, lady. Darth Maul served a very important role in the Star Wars series. but I really couldn't tell you what, because I really don't.
Well, it's hard to remember things when you can't even read about them, I'm sure.
I know. Everything I know is up here in my memory. I mean, I could recite all of Othello for you right now, but I won't.
Why don't they teach you stuff? You didn't answer me earlier. I still don't.
We don't have school. We live on the bridges. We hide.
Well, if everybody thinks you're some savages, why don't you, like, teach them?
Oh, just our ways. They don't understand our ways, you know. It's just a cultural difference, you know. We like to fuck all day. We fuck all day.
Is that why you have a hard penis?
The hard penis, that'll never go away. I was wired. I gotta apologize. Beverly, I know it's a human thing that it's, like, inappropriate to sit here with a hard cock. I can't help it. It's always... For a split second right after I come, it goes down a little. It gets a little flaccid, but, you know. So, I mean...
Oh, it's certainly large, I'll tell you that. You know, it's a little distracting, and
Don't get any ideas, Bev.
What do you mean, don't get any idea? I would never cheatle you, Clark. I mean, maybe if we had some sort of hot wife situation, you know, where you wanted your friend, I would never.
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
Listen, I'm gonna save y'all a bunch. I'm not interested in humans. I don't date outside my species.
Well, how do you find anybody interesting to date if you can't even talk to them?
What do you mean? How can I not talk? I talk to my own people all the time.
But they don't speak. I thought you said they don't know how to read or speak.
No, they can speak. They just can't read or write.
Oh, okay, so they're like okay.
Most of them can't, a lot of them can't speak, but that's just because they're savages.
I guess I get it, but I think maybe if we spent time teaching all of the other sex gremlins, maybe we could convince everybody that you're not so bad, because I really like you, Tristan, and if you put...
Clark, listen, you're a good guy, I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. In my 28 years of living, this is the first time I've ever even spoke to a human. You mean, you looked at me as if I was a person. Never gonna happen. The human race is never gonna look at me like I'm a person.
We just have to change their mind. I mean, nobody can deny the power of an associate's degree.
What are you talking about, an associate's degree? I don't even know what you're saying.
Have you ever thought about getting an associate's degree?
An associate's degree in what? Criminology?
No, Tristan, you could get the degree in theater or literature if you want. English.
No, I can't. A sex gremlin who can't read. You expect me to get a degree in literature?
Well, you'd have to start somewhere. I mean, it's not... You'd basically be starting at, like, elementary school.
I don't even know my DEBs.
Well, I mean, you have to start somewhere, don't you think, Bev?
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, when I was 28, I'm not sure I knew my DEBs that well either.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something we can do, like some sort of, sex gremlin academy.
Yes, an academy of sex gremlin. You know, we could have human teachers, who could actually help you, and
it could make, it sort of would act as a way to civilize your species.
And what kind of humans who have any sort of intelligence would ever talk to a guy like me?
Well, we start with just me and Bev, and we go from there. We build up from there.
You guys are willing to form an academy just for me?
Well, I mean, I don't think we're going to, like, call it the Tristan Academy, but yeah.
I mean, why not?
Well, I think we just have another name in mind.
Can I at least have a library named after me?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes, what called the study the Tristan study? Listen,
That's great.
Clark, I like this idea.
I just don't know how we're going to find any funding for it. We'll have to put up a grant request or something.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, there could be a lot of different things, a lot of good, positive benefits that we would get from educating these things. Like, for instance, we'd clean up the streets.
I completely agree. We could like make this country great again. Is that why the streets are so rampant with
That's what
condoms?
they're sticky. Everything's sticky.
I never knew that's why. Are these creatures nocturnal?
No, we just like to come everywhere. We're coming all the time. Sometimes we get into a state where we're living in constant orgasm and our balls always leaking, so we just kind of leak everywhere we go.
That's kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's pretty gross, and I think that's probably why we don't like you. So,
Well, maybe we could make that part of the education, underwear, and it's part of the civilization process. The domestication process is getting them enclosed.
we need to get these things assimilated, and if I think that it would be a great positive impact on culture as a whole if we just cleaned up these sex gremlins and, put on some suits and had them, pull themselves up with their bootstraps and really, focus on their education and get them to work.
What do you think, Tristan? I think it sounds like a great idea. Will you sign up for a class?
Of course I would. Of course. If you guys could teach me Shakespeare, if you guys could really, honest to God, teach me Othello, I don't know a thing of it. I don't know a damn word. I was bluffing.
Were just fronting?
I was bluffing. I just want to be a theater guy. Sometimes I go sneak into the theater and watch everybody perform. I'm like, I want to be that guy up there. But I know I'll never be.
We're going to make you a star. I'm going to get the best theater teacher, and we are going to get you a theater degree.
Clark, could you come here real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Come on.
Just 1 second. Yep. What is it?
I have a large pension right.
Really? From
Jade
your
left
husband?
me a pension. He was part of the union.
Oh, how much? If you don't mind my asking.
I mean, I don't want to disclose amounts, but it's, it's somewhere, it's in the 7 digits.
Oh my God, that's. Are you saying we can get the funding for this school?
I think we could start some sort of academy, and I think we could come up with a business model and make this work. Charge them thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
So, I think
that's a great idea.
Tristan, how much money would you say you have?
I don't got a damn cent to my name, lady. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't got.
I might be able to get you a job at Capital Steel.
Yeah, job. And what is that exactly?
It's a warehouse. We drive a forklift, but they always need janitors.
A forklift, and what is a forklift?
I guess we'll have to cover a lot in the first class, won't we?
Are you gonna have to cover a lot? Because the only thing I know is how to eat, sleep, fuck.
I think we can add a lot to your life.
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. It's been about 20 minutes since I've last had an orgasm, so I'm just gonna have to rub one out real quick.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I gotta do it every 20 minutes or so else. Oh God, no, it's all right. I'm already done. I'm already done. Oh God, I need a Kleenex.
Hello and welcome to MOATAIF. Just like the jalapeno gravy I had on my pork chops tonight, though I didn't taste much jalapeno, this episode might get a little spicy.
Spicy. I don't know what even possessed you to say it would be spicy.
It would be completely wild if it did get spicy.
It probably will.
I guess we'll see.
I would like a little bit of habanero in there,
Now, habanero, that would be some real spice. I don't know if we'll get up to that level.
Habanero, carbonero.
Now, folks, it's no secret since we've revived this podcast in 2020. I couldn't remember. Was it? No, it was 2019. I don't remember when we revived
I think
this
it was.
podcast. It was 2020.
It was 2020. Yep.
Yeah. It was a different time. And originally, this podcast had a name that might not be as family friendly or as you. We're trying to be. I might be a teacher one day, I guess, and so I guess we didn't want to be affiliated with a show that had two insults and vulgarity in the title, I guess.
Yeah, even though the show is riddled with vulgarity, but I think we're in the process where we're like, we'll probably go through and censor a lot.
Exactly.
And so, probably if you are listening to this and you're not one of the originals, you will have no clue just how heinous this show is. And really, hopefully, you have no clue what MOATAIF stands for.
Exactly. And which is what now brings us to this discussion where we've come up with alternate titles for what MOATAIF might stand for. Because, of course, it was an acronym, and it still is to this day, but what does it stand for? I came up with a lot just because I sat down and like forced myself to come up with multiple. I was like, oh, another one. And the first one that I sent you was mostly otters ain't the answer, I feel.
Yeah, and when we did this, I sort of like wanted it to like I went into every one I made with like what would this would be an actual podcast. And I remember seeing that one and be like, what the fuck would that podcast be? And I think we said something about like a game show.
Yeah.
I thought it could be like a SeaWorld advocacy thing, like
right, like it's not the answer to keep these animals in cages. But then that was like a title playing off of if it was based on the otter part, and then I was thinking like not the answer part of the title, and I was like, what if it's a podcast about bad game show answers? Which would be almost impossible to try to put one together.
Although you did find one, didn't you?
I found one that was about like behind the scenes wackadoos on your favorite podcast or your favorite game shows. I can't remember what it was called.
Behind the scene wackadoos.
Yeah, it was just like, weird. And so, I'm sure when he covered Family Feud, it was probably, what did these wackadoos say? But yeah, a lot of mine are probably not good podcast titles, but they all could, if they were a title, be some sort of podcast, of course.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, anything can be a podcast. I mean,
right.
I think clearly this show shows that.
This one I think is pretty good. It's just a good sentence. Or not a good sentence, but a good... it's moist, open air, tactical, and impractical fighting.
I get that one. That one sounds like it could easily be like a UFC podcast or something like that.
Right. Open air, tactical, and impractical fighting. Yeah, I mean, totally. That seems like it could be a survivalist podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's a really good one. And tactical fighting.
Yeah, I do really like that one. I think that one has like the most...
moist, open air...
tactical and impractical fighting.
Tactical and impractical.
Yeah, it's like it's like the tagline for a local karate studio.
Tactical and impractical. I like that one.
This one is more like a sentence, I guess. Max, and then in parentheses, or another title, Adam. Impressed furlong.
Impressed furlough?
Furlong. As if a name, furlong. Max impressed furlong, but Max, or another title, Adam, impressed furlong.
That one just confuses. That one like hurts my brain. Like what's even like that would really have to unpack that.
Right.
Max. Or another title.
Adam.
It's like you're trying to come up with the name for the podcast in the name of the podcast.
Right.
And like what is the last word? Furlong? Is that a name? Is that an actual name or is that a made up word?
It might be a name.
It's a made up word.
Yeah.
Like Furlong is like one of the people who's like trying to come up with the name. Maybe it's a podcast about naming podcasts or something. Like trying to come up with. It's a podcast about writer's block.
Yeah, I kind of thought after we started thinking like what they could be about, I was like, what could that be about? And I kind of thought maybe it was an interview podcast. And I kind of imagined like another title, Adam, would sort of in this world, maybe that was each week it would be like blank impressed furlong.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And maybe that like sort of yeah. And just for one episode, it was titled MOATAIF. Like,
that's a deep one. That's really deep. Okay, this is the first one I came up with. Mom's opinions and timeless advice in fatherhood.
I love that. That's so wholesome.
I know, it's like a mom podcast. I thought like where they're like.
That's a really good podcast title.
Thank you. Mom's opinions and timeless advice in fatherhood.
That's such a weird. It's so weird that could be a podcast title with the abbreviation MOATAIF.
Right. Well, like what if there was like another MOATAIF out there kind of like that?
That would be fucking wild. And you just tune in and it's like advice from mothers to new fathers.
How you doing, guys? Coming at you. This week, we're going to be talking about what to do when your kid needs to shave.
Oh my God.
This is for all you single daddies out there.
It'd be like one of those nice, soothing podcasts.
It would. It'd be really nice to go to sleep to. I could just imagine it like putting it on, trying to fall asleep when you're anxious at night.
Oh, yeah.
Talking. That
Like
sounds
Delilah.
nice. Oh, I love Delilah, dude. Listen,
Yeah, it'd be just
they
like
took
that.
away Delilah in Dayton and Columbus, Ohio, or wherever they used to play out of Dayton. They didn't air her anymore. Guess who airs in Savannah, Georgia?
Really?
Delilah.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
thought she retired.
No, she's still, because she's just in syndication, whereas Howard Stern went the Sirius XM route. She just, I don't know why she never did that, but her show randomly gets bought by radio stations, and I guess whatever radio station, I can't even remember, Light 99.9, they just didn't renew the contract to keep airing the show.
Yeah,
I
it probably
guess.
cost too much or something.
I love, and by the way, I gotta say, when I found out Delilah was a syndicated nationwide talk show host, it broke my heart because I really believed that she was just in Dayton and had this beautiful.
Oh, really?
Talk. Yeah, I really did.
Oh,
I really
I feel
did.
like I always kind of knew that.
I didn't. I just never really thought about how radio worked.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Well, I guess I
But
always listened to
love
the.
Delilah.
My parents listened to the Bob and Tom show, and I like maybe as a kid I thought that they were like local people, but I quickly found out, and I'm like, no, these
Yeah.
are like more than that.
I also thought Bob and Tom were local until like recently as well. Like until probably in high school, but it's just weird to think that because you're so used to hearing them on your local radio.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I found clips of YouTube on them, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this was a thing that 104.7 used to play.
God, it's so weird. But I've found Delilah's quality has gone down a lot. I'm like shocked that there are songs from like she's playing like new songs, like songs from like Shawn Mendes on her show.
What?
I'm like, come on, Delilah. You're supposed to be playing like 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Oh, wasn't she a Christian? Like, wasn't that
She
her
is
whole thing?
Christian. She is Christian, but all of her music was always soft rock. And I mean, she's still playing like soft music, but it's
Yeah,
like
Shawn Mendes is pretty soft.
yeah. I don't know, but I digress on the Delilah topic. I could talk about Delilah all night.
I couldn't really talk about her that much though, because I don't know much about the young lady.
Here's one that could be a podcast title, possibly. Mickey Ontes and the Awesome Infiltrating Film Star.
Damn, I like that.
That one almost seems like it would be an interview podcast for sure.
You think
just
so?
Because it's and the Awesome Infiltrating Film Star.
Oh,
what do you
yeah,
think?
you're right. Yeah. I guess when you first said it, I imagined it to be like one of those podcasts where it really tells like an in-depth story of like one thing that happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, yeah.
this is the story of what it was like to be on the set of this movie, and like,
I like
and sort
that
of like,
idea.
you know, you don't really even know what the title means until like the last few episodes, and you're like, oh my god.
Right. I love that. Kind of like just it reminds me of that where is Richard Simmons podcast that was really popular for like a while, where it's only about where the hell did Richard Simmons go? Like, why did he like
I feel like I
disappear from the
remember
public
Rhett
eye?
and Link talking about that at one point.
I listened to it when I worked at Assurant. I really liked it, but it was only like 8 episodes. But that's definitely Mickey Antez and the awesome infiltrating film star would totally be a limited series.
I like
that. And then
that.
they'd try to bring it back for a second season, and it wouldn't be as successful because the story was already told.
Right. It's just like, okay, well, what happened since we last released the thing?
Right.
We
It's
heard
sort of
from
like
Mickey.
Making a Murderer 2.
I still have yet to see that.
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, the first story is already heartbreaking.
And
we know he didn't get out.
I know. This is an interesting... this is a sentence, but also could be a good title. Many oranges and tangerines are infested fruits.
Oh, that's just true. I mean, kind of. It's just like, that's just like a statement.
Right.
I wouldn't even know what that. Maybe like a doctor's podcast who supports the carnivore diet.
Nice. Or like I don't even know. Many oranges and tangerines are. Yeah, I guess like maybe a disgruntled former Dole employee trying to take down Dole.
That'd be really good. I'd love to listen to that podcast. Many oranges and tangerines are infested fruit.
And that one's interesting because it does incorporate one of the actual letters from the original title, but I won't reveal to the viewer which of those letters.
Oh,
it is.
it does. It does. I see that.
There's a nice follow-up here because this one also does include one of the words. This one is morbidly opening a tomb and inserting fire.
Oh, that's a creepy one.
Yeah. I kind of thought maybe it would be a podcast where like you take down like a takedown of historical figures, like entering their tomb and burning it down.
That's just an actually really good idea for a podcast. Like these people who want to like retroactively like cancel people from the past. Like, okay, well, like let's go and like look how bad everybody was. Did you know George Washington didn't actually cut down a cherry tree, but he was known to have sex with his slaves? More today. Right. More today on Morbidly Opening.
Whose tomb are we morbidly opening today, Stacy?
Well, today we're going to be opening Ben Franklin.
Get the torches ready, folks. Get your flamethrowers. It's MOATAIF.
That's weird.
It's really weird.
I like that. This is MOATAIF.
I think that's a good... That actually does seem like it would be an entertaining podcast if it was that.
Yeah, I would listen to that for sure. I don't want to make it, but I would listen to it. I'll say one of mine.
Yeah.
Madness. Orwellian attitudes towards involuntary faith.
Okay. That's so serious. Like
I know, right?
Wow. Madness. Orwellian, what is it?
Orwellian attitudes towards involuntary faith.
Wow.
It almost sounds like it could be like a book title.
It does, yeah, it totally does. That's like 100% a Rachel Maddow like title. Because I think I got rid of it, but like one of her books is called like Drift, the political unmooring of American idea, like something like it's totally.
Good God, Rachel.
Lines.
What was that one she was doing? She was doing a while back. Hubris. Or is that just a document? Was that just a
Hubris was
documentary
really
she
good.
made?
She executive produced the documentary based on an explosive report / book by other MSNBC contributing authors.
Did that have a subtitle?
I think so. I have the book, but I can't remember what all it is.
I love subtitles.
And I do too, and I gotta say, I really loved that documentary too.
I've never seen it. I just remember it being reported on a lot.
Here it is. Hubris, the inside story of spin, scandal, and the selling of the Iraq War.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's starting to re-jog my memory.
That's a really good podcast title. I could totally see. I don't know who hosts it. If it's like on NPR, then it's
That's
like
what I was thinking. It'd be an NPR sort of deal.
And what do you think about the Orwellian attitudes towards involuntary faith?
That's exactly how NPR is. They're like they're right up to it, and they're basically whispering, "Thank you for coming to NPR. Today we're sitting with George Orwell himself."
I love that. This next one for me, it could be a book, but to me it kind of maybe sounds like a band. Modus Operandi and the Alternate Information File.
Oh my god. That's that's like a really psychedelic band. That's like sounds like somebody who's done a little too much acid.
Right.
They're just operating on an entirely different level of just being.
Right. You just tune in and it's like incoherent nonsense because like you have to be on acid to understand what they're talking about.
Either that or just some like schizophrenic Alex Jones type.
Right.
5G.
Yeah. Especially because of the alternate information file. Totally leads into
alternate information file.
Yeah. This next one's kind of like a recipe, perhaps. Mincemeat.
A recipe. Minced meat is the first one.
Mincemeat. Oats.
Ew.
A tablespoon agave. Ice.
Why
Ice.
did you just make a recipe?
Fennel.
What? Ew.
It would be really nasty.
A tablespoon of agave. Minced meat with agave.
Yeah, mincemeat, oats, a tablespoon agave, ice, and fennel. Is it like a smoothie? Like the ice makes it... Is it like smoothie recipes?
What's fennel?
Fennel is a spice.
Ew.
I think.
I mean, it would have to be a smoothie. Why would you have ice on it?
Right?
Ew.
Yeah, fennel is a spice.
Ew, oats. I mean, like, minced meat. Like, I guess you could use that for breakfast with, like, oats.
Yeah. That would be so nasty in a smoothie. Maybe for protein. It's a protein smoothie recipe show.
Ew.
That would be so nasty. This one could be a podcast for sure. Make overt actions to attract impressive females.
Oh, yes. It's for, like, the incels out there.
You're right.
That's a really good one. Yeah, it's like a men's advice podcast.
Right.
Today we're going to be taking a viewer submission and we're going to listen. I don't know how to get women, you know.
Right?
Yeah,
yeah, I love that. Well, you gotta make overt actions. Have you given her your phone number?
Would you imagine to be like Asperger's people as the host? Like people who are in no way, shape, or form like capable of giving them. Well, that's a tricky one. I mean, I would probably send her a long, detailed text telling her exactly how you feel about her and requesting sex, trying to make the exchange happen.
Yeah, I guess you're right. A more logical host would be like Will Smith and Hitch.
Yeah, we're gonna hook you up.
We're gonna get you. Yeah, that's like totally who. It has to be like some suave man who can actually teach them, or a Dr. Phil type.
I kind of like the idea though of the Aspie doing it.
Yeah. Well, that was only stemmed from when you said it was for incels.
Well, I mean, they're answering incels' questions, but I like
Right.
the idea of an incel answering it. I don't know. We're all in this together. I haven't had sex in years.
I tried to. I'll let you know if I'm ever successful in actually obtaining a date.
I hear in some places in Nevada you can actually buy sex, so that might be your best option if you have a large tumor on your penis.
My God.
Next question.
Yeah, I think that's totally a dating podcast. I don't think. I'm surprised it doesn't already exist.
Oh, it probably does. How many other MOATAIFs are there? This next one I have is I feel like definitely an interview podcast. It's Masochistic Occultist and the Alien Intellectual, in parentheses, fiction. Like, I guess it's not.
I love that. I love that.
I guess that would be like a story podcast.
Yeah.
Because in parentheses it says fiction.
But I like the idea that it's just except it would be very boring to just do a completely fake interview show with like fake stars and fake. But that's like
Right.
instantly, I'm like, that would be fucking. It would be funny if it was all fiction, but all these interviews were real to them, I guess.
Right. Well, I mean, there are plenty of. I mean, it'd be like Harvey Birdman, not Harvey Birdman.
Oh.
What is the other one on Adult Swim where he gives
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Right.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I feel like it would be like that.
I love the. What is it about the alien?
Masochistic Occultist and the Alien Intellectual, fiction.
And the alien intellectual. I love that. And I love the use of fiction. I love that so much. It totally is like a short story audiobook, sort of like
Yeah, I
weekly
imagine like the
serial story.
occultists sort of like made this like, intergalactic contact with some alien, probably from the Sirius star system, and then they somehow found a way to like link up,
I love that.
and they have a podcast that goes over the fucking microwaves that are in space.
Well, I'm just excited to hear their story, and and I'm sure it sounds to be a good fictitious ride. I have 3 others, but only one of them I'll save the best for possibly what my best of the last 3, I guess. This first one is sort of an alternate to my Northside Veterinary Clinic poem that I wrote.
Oh, you're
These are just alternate titles. Mungus Oprezi Artifice the Ass. Ilatuli Fudge.
That's the alternate. That's like the next day's list of animals that died.
Right, yeah.
Obviously, a vet's podcast
Yeah, exactly. Of all the
named after
honoring
his
all
favorite
the
animals.
dead cats.
Oh.
Then here's another one, Mr. Oracle and the Amazing Indigenous Freak.
Oh shit! I like that.
That's like
And the amazing indigenous freak.
it's like a 1940s sideshow that tours the Southwest.
Oh my god, that is
right
what
up.
that is.
Step right up. Mr. Oracle and the Amazing Indigenous Freak.
Oh, I would,
pennies.
dude. I would pay to see that.
And you go in and it's just a bear in a dress.
What? Is Mr. Oracle like the con man who gets you into that? Like, thank you. Step right up. It's Mr. Oracle.
Right, he pulls back the curtain and it's just this bear with its face shaved.
In a dress.
And then this last one that I had is certainly, I guess, more true to the nature of the actual podcast. It is, oh, Matt, oh,
my
tight
God.
ass, fuck.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The vowels are basically just
Yeah.
Yeah,
tight
it's,
ass. Fuck.
I guess it's a like a sex positivity podcast for gay men.
Thank you for tuning in to Math. Fuck.
Such a vulgar podcast title.
Yeah. So, well, I mean,
Obviously, I think we've got a good title as it is. Just MOATAIF.
MOATAIF. Yeah, it rolls right off the lips.
Now you know what it could stand for. Until next time, stay mincemeat, oats, a tablespoon.
Confirmed, no butterfly wings.